Hello everybody and welcome. I should be looking here. How are you? In today's video we are going to take a look at my one sheet wonder. On Friday I shared a one sheet wonder using the Expressions in Ink designer series paper, and I shared all the measurements, but some of them are a bit strange in the sense that I measure and cut, and then the rest of the bits I kind of cut and don't measure the sides, so they're leftover pieces. So the process of sharing the one sheet wonder isn't just a matter of a little schematic with exact measurements, because we're using 12-inch paper and I craft in centimeters and millimeters. Anyhow, so I decided that I would share how to cut the one sheet wonder. So we will be creating 10 whole cards from one sheet of designer series paper, and this time we're going to be using, let me check the name, You're a Peach. So I picked this sheet here. It's got the pretty flowers and then that, and the reason why I picked this is because it's non-directional, so it doesn't matter which way I turn the DSP, it looks pretty and looks the same way, well, right way up. This side might need that direction, but it can be, no, actually it can be used that way as well. Anyhow, I'm going to double check that I am live. Come on. Seems to be taking a time. But I should introduce myself. I haven't done that yet. My name is Tatiana. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia and part of the 2021 Artisan Design Team. I'm so excited that you have joined me, and hopefully I will get comments up on the other device so that I can see if you have any questions. Come on. It's not notifying me that I've gone live. That's very inconsiderate, isn't it? I hope you are all well. I've had a bit of a cold this week. There we are. I am live. Yay. I have had a bit of a cold, but my COVID test came back negative. Woo! So, okay, I'm going to flip the camera so that you can see what's happening. So for this, you need a single sheet of 12 by 12 designer series paper. You need 4 card mounts, which I'm using Pear Pizzazz because that's one of the coordinating colors in this DSP. And these are cut to 8.8 by 13.1 centimeters. Before I go any further, I should mention that this one sheet wonder is being designed for the A4 card maker. So the card maker that uses A4 paper, you could probably use this on, I think the Americans and the Canadians, the North Americans, call it an A2 card. Don't know. A2 sounds massive to me because, well, those are Aussies, and those who use A4 paper get it. Anyhow, so I've designed this especially for this, for the purpose of using an A4 sheet of paper which you cut in half and create your card bases. So for this one, we need 2 portrait, no, these are landscape, 2 landscape, and then I've got 8 portrait cards, and I've already pre-cut, scored, and folded those. And I've decided just to use a Whisper White because that's the simplest. I feel like the camera isn't quite straight. Anyhow, so put those to the side, and now we need our Stampin' Trimmer. And the first cut we're going to do is at 25.6 centimeters. Bring that out, 25.6, and cut, leaving a strip at the bottom. And then we're going to cut 17 centimeters, like that, across there. Now if I move this here, then we should be able to lay the bits somewhat there so you can see how it all is put together. So those are the 2 cuts I've done. cut a strip off the bottom. Now this is the one that I don't know the measurement of the height, but it doesn't matter because we just chop it up and use it anyway. Then I've cut 17 centimeters from the left edge, and then I'm going to cut this piece into 4. They're going to be 4 equal sizes, so you can either cut this way first or this way first. It doesn't really matter. But this way is at 8.5 centimeters. So, and then we're going to cut across there, which is at 12.8. I'm going to now bring that in because we don't need it all out. 12.8. So I've got 2 bits, and then, oops, 12.8. And another bit. So far we've got those 4 pieces, and now we're going to take this part and we're going to cut from the top 14.8 centimeters. And then we're going to cut this in half. It's approximately 6.7 centimeters, but you can eyeball it, just 6.7, and cut down so that you've got 2 equal sized sheets. And then again, this one in half, again, it's approximately 6.7, that's 6.6, that's 6.7. But as long as they're about half, that's all good. And then our final little bit is cut into 3 pieces. The first 2 being 10.5 centimeters each. 1, 2, 10.5, 10.5, and then we just use the little bit that's left over. And most of the cards were designed in pairs, so that you're using both sides of the designer series paper. So it's these 2 and these 2, one this way and one this way. This piece you can use either side as you wish, and then these 2 pieces layer on together to create something like that. So those are our cutting guides, and now we can start creating our cards. Super easy as that. Let's start with these 4. So I'm going to move that to the side, and before I go any further, I need my cup of tea. Pour that out. Who doesn't like a good cuppa? In winter, I honestly do survive off cups of tea. I don't turn on the heating for myself. Feels like a waste for just me. When the family's around, I turn it on, but tea's my way of keeping warm. Now, each of these 4 pieces get mounted on the 4 bits that we have. And I like to use multi-purpose liquid glue because that allows me to give a bit of a wiggle room. And the size and measurements mean that there's about a 1.5 millimeter border around the DSP. So I just wiggle that until it looks fairly even. And let me know, do you like doing one sheet wonders? Because if you were to do this method, this particular one sheet wonder on using a whole pack of DSP. DSP has 12 sheets from memory. Hold on. Just take it. Yes, 12 sheets. You get 10 cards from one sheet. So that would mean you would get 120 cards from a whole pack of designer series paper. That's a lot of cards. And that is fantastic for Christmas time, because I do send a lot of cards at Christmas. And what I've done with this particular design is that when I shared it last week, I used 1DSP, but I used a different stamp set. So that's what we're going to do again today. Apart from all the basics, you need some sort of sentiment. It could be all the same, or each of the cards could have a different sentiment. It doesn't matter, however you wish. I'm going to make them all the same today, just for easiness, for the ease. Okay, so those are our first 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So card design number 1 is just simply mounting this in the center. And that has approximately a 1 centimeter border all around. And it's nice to be able to put that up on dimensional. So I'm going to flip that over. And add dimensionals. Hey Renee, how's it going? I hope you're well. Interesting. It says you're commenting, but then it doesn't show that people are watching. It's all good. Okay, so now this is a bit of a tedious job, the dimensionals, but I love the way they look, so never complain. And I'm going to just take my time in lining that up nice and straight. Once again. So 1, 2, that's card design number 1. Card design number 2 is pretty much the same, except just for fun, I kind of put them on an angle, and you could do it any angle you wish. It doesn't really matter. So once again, dimensionals. And then if you wanted, you could do all 4 of these on an angle. And that way you're not having to line them up to be even and straight. But I like having a mixture. We'll do this one going this way. Then we'll do this one kind of on an opposite angle. Ooh! Don't stick there. There, so that's card design 1, card design 2, all done. Now on to card design 3, which we've used, if you look at how we cut the paper, we've used this portion. Now we're going to take those 2. And remember I said they were designed in pairs so that we could use that. And this one is got the same height as our card front. And so all we need to do is stick it to one side. I'm going to stick one on one side and one on the other side. Just, you know, for kicks. You could have them both stuck to the same side if you like. It doesn't really matter. If you wanted, you could center it, but I have designed it to be off-centered to the side. And the multi-purpose liquid glue just allows me to kind of pick that up, tap it, and make sure it's nice on the edge. Tap. So that's card design number 3. and then we'll decorate them all at the same time. So card design number 4, we've still got the strip down there, and then we had the 2 left, so that's card design number 4. And they're also on the portrait mode. And I had mine last week both stuck like so, but you can have one up and one down. You could use any of the corners you'd like. So you've got 4 options essentially for positioning, or even you could consider 8 if you think 4 options per side of DSP. Just to make it confusing. Hey Tanya, how's it going? I'm going to put that one there, and I'm going to put this one up here. And you could make it closer to the edge or further from the edge, however you like. Doesn't really matter. So that's 8 cards down, 2 to go. And the last 2 are landscape. And we've got this strip, so it was one big strip. And these 2 were cut to 10.5 centimeters. I'm going to put that one to the side, and this one, which side do I want? I might go with that side actually, that's kind of pretty. So this one you could either put here or here. I did it there last week, so I'll put it on this side. There we go. And then this one, we take both pieces and use it on here. Flip one and overlay them, and then stick them down. So what I'll do is I'll stick one down, and making sure it's kind of got an even distance between here and here. And then I stick this one on top. And that, my friends, is the basics of my one sheet wonder. Let's see if I can fit all 10 cards on screen, and then we'll decorate them. Might have to overlap. I mean, they're similar, so it doesn't massively matter. There we go. All 10 cards in one screenshot. No, not quite. Almost. There. So now what you need is 10 sentiment labels and something to stamp into those sentiment labels. And I am thinking, I haven't decided what stamp set or what sentiment label to use yet, but I have an idea of what sentiment label, so I'll go get that and let me know what you think. What was I going to say? I don't have the Peaches stamp set yet, and that I wouldn't want to use that because I wanted to show that you can use any of your DSP and any of your stamp sets with sentiments that you'd like to coordinate. Well, it doesn't have to officially coordinate. That's my point. There we go. Dies are here. I was thinking, this is the painted labels die, and I was thinking the circle one I like. Yes, definitely. That would be a lot of fun. And I'm thinking perhaps in Pear Pizzazz, because that would look quite nice. So let's see. Got some Pear Pizzazz cards, got pre-cut bases. We could use that shape. That one's got a score. Will that fit? Ooh, might get one out of that one. cut this piece in half. Half this way would be there. And that way I have plenty for the die cutting. Let's just pile our cards back up. And do some die cutting. Get out Bailey. I could use the mini, but then I'd have to cut the paper down quite a bit. And I didn't feel like cutting. But sometimes I do wish I'd buy 2 sets of dies. Do you ever think that? Like sometimes Stampin' Up! Has 2 of things in their die sets, like leaves and flowers and stuff, which is fantastic. But sometimes I think, wouldn't it be great to have 2 sets, say for example of this one. Try not to shake the table so that the video isn't shaky. So that I could cut 2 of these out at the same time. That would be handy. So that's 1. 2. Camera wouldn't shake if it wasn't standing on the same surface. Oh good, I can fit 2 across. That's 3. See, I'm not bothering to take out. You can just move the die, unless it comes off. Of course, this one came off. Came up, came out. That's 3. I know you can count. Oh, it doesn't fit another one, which is a shame. Got 5 so far. Halfway. Geez, such a quiet audience today. I always find that strange. And if you notice, I'm trying not to lift the plates out of the die cutting machine, or the Stamp and Cut Emboss machine. I just lift up and cut on the next one. That saves a bit of time and effort. No, don't move across. There we go. That was 5. Oops, it did move. That's okay. Three more. One more if I'm correct. Let's see, can I squeeze it in? No, I cannot. Wish I could. Excuse me. Last one. go. Bailey out of the way, and now let's get all those bits out of the die. These ones are really easy to pop out. Pop, 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 pop. Really love this die. I haven't used it in ages. Now on my samples on Friday I did have white sentiment labels, but you could have them coloured or whatever. You could always use coloured cardstock for the card bases. I've chosen white because it's a nice, simple, plain. It's a coordinating colour that goes with everything basically. And that's why I've chosen white. Now let's think what sentiment to be putting on these. Put all the scraps to one side. Look at all those bits. Trying to think, do we have any nice rounded sentiments? Final one. Am I even doing that on camera? I am. Phew. Okay. Now just picking a sentiment. Let's lay these out so that we can stamp them all. And that one still has one little bit. Bum, bum. Something that'll fit in there. Bum, bum, bum. Let's go with the peaceful moments because, you know, it coordinates with the stamp set. And I thought this one, these other moments will look back on with joy. It's kind of semi-generic. And I'm going to stamp it in, it's about that stamp, and I'm thinking, let's take a bit of scrap. This is Pear Pizzazz. And I don't know if I want to stamp in Pear Pizzazz. Let's try that. Let's try Pear Pizzazz ink first. Or we can stamp in a darker green. Wipe down the stamp. I like the darker green. So that is Garden Green. Okay, So now I can go stamp, stamp, stamp. If you wanted them lined up exactly the same in each one, I would recommend using the Stamparatus, but I'm happy with it to be freehand. This isn't really freehand, it's still stamping, but you know what I mean. Pretty. And the other thing I did was embellish. So I had some embellishments. Now I'm thinking, do I have any left? Aha. Oh no, don't have much left. Yeah, 2 packs. I was thinking we could add some of these. Yeah, let's still add them. There's some bits that we can use. So this is from the January to June mini catalogue, and I can't remember, maybe these are on sale as of today. So if you like them, stock up now so you don't miss out. And there's some really lovely little bits. So very subtle white. I think that'll go quite nicely. And this is what I mean by using products that haven't specifically been designed to coordinate, but you can. Now you don't have to, we won't add these bits to every single card, but I just thought it would be fun to add some. Elements. And then I can say I actually finished a pack. How exciting is that? Come on. Won't need that. That to the side. We can still use the dragonflies. So dragonflies? Yes, dragonflies. Jeez. Honestly, this cold knocked me a bit. Tanya, what did you say? Oh man, you didn't add them to your order. I haven't ordered today. Do you want me to pick you up some? That's so funny. How many times have you said that in my lives? I've lost count. So let's start with card design number 1. Remember, this is the plain one. And I think because this is green on green, a bit of floral elements. I placed an order yesterday. I should have waited until today. I don't know why I didn't wait till today. If we add some of that white, see, it just really brightens up the card a bit. I think we need a third one. And what's great about these laser cut ones is that you can choose which side. You could flip them this way or that way. I really like that. That's cute. And on this one, we'll put and you know what, this one is busy enough, I guess, with the flowers there, it's enough. You don't need to add these elements. They look good on the green. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to move those, and they were going to be covered up, I am going to grab some tear and tape. If I can find the end, there we go. And I'm going to stick them down as so. Now, if you wanted them down a little bit more solidly, as in over here, you could add some glue dots behind, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm just going to add that there. No worries, Tanya, I'll do that, and then I'll pop it in with your paper shell. there. And let's do this. Let's add some gems while we're at it. Should we add the gold ones? Or too many choices. Too many choices. I was thinking these. What are they called? They're at the back of my box. Making sure. Yep. I was thinking these. These are the Artistry in Bloom. I was thinking perhaps more orangey ones, which would be Mango Melody. Yeah, let's go with them. They're so pretty. And I'm going to do 3. 1, 2, and then kind of form a triangle 3. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I've put the biggest one on the bottom because it's heavier being bigger, and so it weighs down a bit more. And then, do you know what? Let's use what is this one? Got the colors written out. Rich Razzleberry. Let's use some Rich Razzleberry on this card. 1, 2, and 3. So there we go. So card design number 1 all finished. So let's move on to 2. Oh, got that. Maybe I should have put some glue dot. I'll put a glue dot down. Where's use the take your pick tool. Fold the glue dot in half and kind of add it behind one of these leaves. There. So it's card design number 1. Not sure where to put them. 1, that's up there. Let's do card design number 2. Again, with this one, I'm just going to keep it plain without the extra elements. And with this one, let's see. We could do, let's do a single dragonfly flying above it. So, and with the dragonfly, I'm just going to dot some of the glue and place it down. So that's number 2, design 2. Oh no, we've got to finish it off with some sparkle. There we go. Sparkle. Now for card design number 3. So if you're noticing, I'm kind of putting on one of them the sentiment more up, and on the other one I'm putting the sentiment more down, because I want to mix them up a bit. Okay, I'm going to stick, because this is very florally and I wouldn't say busy particularly. Well, it is busy compared to the plant green. I am not going to add anything to that one. And with this one, we'll definitely add some of our laser cut elements. Let's see. as so. Yes, I like that. As so, and I'll take the tear and tape trick again. To hold those in place. If you wanted, again, you could add some glue dots. I'm not even removing the other side of the tear and tape. It's going to stay there forever. And oh, I did the dark ones on that one and the light. You can mix it up or however you like. Let's add our bling. What are these called again? It's sequins, adhesive backed sequins. There we go. Next two cards. I feel like I should plop those down like that, you know, so that there's a bit of a pattern going. Now we've got lots of dragonflies left. Need 2 sentiments. Play around with how you want the sentiment and stick it down. This one. Could be kind of like that, just with that one single dragonfly. That looks cute. What I'm doing is just kind of lightly squeezing the glue and running it over its wings and body so that I'm getting tiny lots of little tiny bits of glue. There we go. And then we add the sentiment. Cute. Oh, don't forget some sequins. Just keeping it simple, doing the 3, 2 at the bottom with one large one and one diagonal up, as so. And then I'm going to have to move these 2 down there. You're not going to really be able to see them. But we've got our final 2 cards. There we go. Final 2 sentiments. Let's see. Now let's just do a dragonfly. There. Perfect. Once again, glue. 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 And sequins. Trying to decide this way. And there we go. That is the one sheet wonder. Let's see. How long have I been live for? 48, well, it's 10:48, 45 minutes. So in 45 minutes, I have chit-chatted, but I have also created 10 cards. And all I did was use a single sheet of designer series paper. So just to recap for those who came in, it was 1 sheet of designer series paper, 8 card bases portrait, 2 card bases landscape, 4 pieces of cardstock in coordinating color, which these 4 cards have been mounted onto. And then you need 10 sentiment labels and some extra decorations. So my decorations were the laser cut Dandy Garden, let's get the name right, Dandy Garden laser cut paper. And I used the Artistry in Bloom adhesive backed sequins. Ta-da! Let's flip. And there we go. That is my one sheet wonder. And my plan is to release more one sheet wonders because I had so much fun, and I love that I've been able to use the designer series paper, and I love that there has been zero scraps from that designer series paper. If you liked that, please give me a thumbs up, or even better, a little love. I appreciate that. Please share if you'd like to be able to share the technique with your friends. And I do sell all the products that I have used in this video today. The Dandy, it's called Dandy Laser Cut Paper, is while supplies lasts now. It's officially ends on the 30th of June, but there's no guarantee because it did go on sale this morning at 6 a.m. The other paper is from the 2021 to 2022 annual catalogue, and I do have a customer loyalty program. For every $50 you spend, you collect a sticker, collect 10 stickers and get $50 worth of products for free from me, as well as a monthly little a monthly little free gift. What is it this way? This month, the free gift is the lattice, paper lattice, and you get that if you spend $50 or more with me. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.